Guy told me one time, don't let yourself get attached to anything you are not willing to walk out on in 30 seconds flat if you feel the heat around the corner.
Hello and welcome. You're tuned in to Totally 80s and 90s Recall. As our 12th caller, you're getting a VIP pass to the ultimate nostalgic experience. Whether you lived it or just wish you did, we're rewinding the tape to the most unforgettable tunes, blockbuster movies, and legendary moments from the raddest decades of all, the 80s and 90s. I am one of your hosts, David. And looking across the table, I think this guy's got range. This guy's good. He can talk Boys to Men, then pivot to 80s action movies without blinking. Not just my co-host, but someone who can't or wouldn't want to do anything else. A real slick I call my good friend Rob.
Oh, that's a really good intro there. Hey, today's episode comes just in the form of a letter from Neil from Los Angeles, California. He writes, Dave, Kurt, and Rob, I am a professional thief based in Los Angeles. My crew recently robbed $1.6 million in bearer bonds from an armored car. During the heist, one of my crew members killed one of the guards without provocation, forcing us to eliminate the other two guards. As is customary in our line of work, we prepared to eliminate the hired man in retaliation for the deaths of the guard, but he escaped. Meanwhile, a determined LAPD detective and his team investigated the robbery, and it was suggested that we sell the stolen bonds to the original owner. The original owner was a known money launderer who pretended to agree, but instead arranged an ambush. Anticipating the trap, me and my crew counter-ambushed and killed the hitman. Unknown to my crew and I, an LAPD informant, connected one of our crew to the robbery, and they began monitoring our crew and our next heist. When that fell through, my crew and I agreed to one last bank robbery worth $12.2 million. In a weird twist, the determined LAPD detective I mentioned earlier pulled me over, inviting me to coffee, and we discussed our dedication to our respective jobs and the limitation of our personal lives. Dave, Kurt, and Rob, I am unsure what to do. I've met this new girl, and my crew has a heist worth $12.2 million. What is the right thing to do? Well, Neil, here are some suggested next steps. Number one, we suggest you find that former crew member that got away. We feel this is a loose end that may come back to bite you in the end. Number two, if at any time one of your crew decides to quit the bank robbery, you'll want to recruit an old colleague. Number three, we also think you should move forward with the heist. Just do it. It's going to be worth it. Number four, but you're going to want to come ready. There's a potential for a massive shootout, and there's a potential that you will lose several members of your crew. Number five, then you'll want to eliminate any loose ends. That means any snitches in your crew, the money launderer. Once you've eliminated those loose ends, you and your lady friend need to make your way to the Los Angeles International Airport to flee to New Zealand or Fiji via private jet. Whatever you do, do not abandon your usual caution to seek revenge. Ultimately, the Totally 80s and 90s Recall team wants you to know that we do not condone your line of work, and we hope you enjoy New Zealand or Fiji. We hear Fiji has these iridescent algae that come out once a year in the water, and it looks like LA at night. Either way, we wish you the best in your future endeavors, and we look forward to hearing from you in the future. The team is confident that you're going to make the right choice, and you'll get your life in order.
Nice.
There you go.
You know what I like
so we
about
wish Neil the best.
You know what I like about Neil's letter is he did our work for us, so we don't have to do anything else this week. He,
Perfect. Just
he
the way I like
outlined
it.
the whole thing for us. So, well, thanks to Neil. I hope he gets it all under control.
I think you will.
I think once the letter got to us, Neil's not going to have to worry about anything anymore. So, as it turns out,
I agree.
I think he's all done. All right. Well, someone who's never done. He's always on. It's the Movie Hound. Kurt,
that'd be me.
A big fan.
I'm always on.
A big fan of diner pie and plastic lined trunks.
Yes.
Right. Yes.
I like
big fan of pie.
Diner
and
trunks.
Plastic lined death trunks.
That's right. I've
really
got
like
one in my
pie.
own car.
Yes, just in case.
That's right.
Yeah, you never know when you're going to
occasionally take a nap in it.
If you run into Wayne Grow, we need somewhere to stash him.
Wayne Grow.
Right? So
Wayne Grow.
Wayne Grow.
Yeah.
Grow.
Not Wayne Grow.
Wayne Grow.
Wayne Grow.
Wayne Grow.
Yeah.
Is it one word?
Yes.
It's all one
Oh,
word.
okay.
Yeah.
Well, welcome back to the show.
Thank you. I'm back.
It's been a week. We turned you around fast this time.
I know it's probably not great because
Fine.
my last time I was here, I was not what we call a good reader.
Yes, you did a
So,
good job.
My goal today is to be a better reader than last time.
Yes, but
That's our goal every time.
we think you did such a good job reading last time, Rob and I. We got you a gift.
No.
Oh no!
It's
Is
gift
it a
day.
reader of all things?
No, it's actually really good this time. It's not
All
even
things.
silly.
All right, I gotta.
Rob's laughing early. It's not silly at all. I promise you. It's
What
really
is
good.
It is another shirt.
Yes, it's another shirt.
They know I can't afford my own clothing.
That's right.
Ooh, it says apparently I hike now because I am a hiker.
I like
I am a
that.
hiker.
That's really good.
Now I have a hiking shirt.
Yeah, and you can wear that around, and people will go, "Oh, do you hike too?"
Yes.
So now I've caused you to take into conversation with people out in the world.
That's I even bought hiking poles.
You got them.
I got the poles.
They actually help. They do help.
We mentioned the poles the first time you talked about hiking. You were like, "No, I'm not getting poles."
Well, that was until I went on a hike and we saw a 4-foot rattlesnake, and I was like,
yeah.
the poles aren't really for helping me walk.
Stabbing
It's
snakes.
just to tap
No.
the ground so the snake
Oh.
goes away.
That's a good idea.
I got him to help me walk.
Okay.
Man, my legs are giving out going back down the hill.
You don't have
so.
poles. That's just a cane, Rob.
No.
Okay.
That's
That's
just
not
a walker.
poles.
Oh, it's
just
not
a
one of those
walker.
walkers with the
Yeah.
little tennis
the
balls
tennis
on
balls
them.
on the bottom.
Because you don't want to make too much noise going through the house.
Yes.
So,
That's
all right.
true.
Well, hiking and walkers and all that is great, but not what we're covering this week.
No.
That'd be an old people podcast.
That was right.
This is an old people podcast, but
Then what
that would
are
be
we? Yes.
that would be a much older people podcast
Yeah.
talking
Yeah.
about Metamucil.
Not as much
and all
older
those
as
things.
you think.
Yeah, I know.
It's
I-
around
I-
the corner.
I don't like to think about it at all. So
You already have to go down the stairs with the good leg.
I do. It's tough. It's not as easy as it looks. All right.
I know I did some yard work. I had to
Yeah.
take some ibuprofen
I'm sure you
ahead
did.
of time because I
Ahead
knew
of
it was coming. I
Ahead
was
of
like,
time.
Pain.
yeah.
No one wants to hear about our aches and pains.
Yes, they do.
Rob,
They want to hear
Yes.
about our num-nums.
no. They do not. Rob, tell us what we're actually covering this week.
Sorry, we're it's the 30th anniversary of 1995's Heat,
Heat, starring
Al Pacino.
Al Pacino.
And,
How's your De Niro impression?
We'll get there.
De Niro.
We'll get there.
All right. Well, roll the official trailer.
All right.
I can feel it.
You search for the scent of your prey, and then you hunt them down. That's the only thing you're committed to.
It keeps me sharp, on the edge, where I gotta be.
You want to be making moves on the street? Allow nothing to be in your life that you cannot walk out on in 30 seconds flat if you spot the heat around the corner.
Now, my life's a disaster zone because I spend all my time chasing guys like you around the block.
I do what I do best. I take scores. You do what you do best, trying to stop guys like me.
You've been walking through our life dead.
All I am is what I'm going after.
From The Godfather to Scent of a Woman. What do we got? From Raging Bull to Goodfellas.
Assume they got our phones, assume they got our houses, assume they got us.
Their performances have created a legacy of landmark films.
I want full surveillance. That's 24 hours, round the clock. We never close, open 7 days a week.
Now, for the first time, America's two most electrifying actors collide.
With this guy, there's more cheap you should pass. The bank is worth the risk. You should take it down.
12.2 million.
You're up. This crew is good.
It ain't worth the risks you take. Like in risk versus reward, baby.
You're fugitive number one with a bullet.
I'm double the worst trouble you ever had. If I'm there and I gotta put you away, I won't like it. But I'll tell you, you are going down.
What if you do got me boxed in and I gotta put you down? Because no matter what, you will not get in my way. I will not hesitate for a second.
Al Pacino, Robert De Niro, Val Kilmer in a Michael Mann film. Heat.
My life's a disaster. I like that. So.
Michael Mann's Heat.
That
and
was
just
a-
let it tail.
I like
Yeah,
that.
that was good.
It's a good trailer.
Yeah.
It is good.
And the voiceover guy's good.
Yeah, it was one of my favorite trailers we've done so far.
Oh, nice.
I did. Yeah,
That's good.
I liked it.
Yeah. So, Heat.
Heat.
Before we jump into our opinions on Heat, let's go find what Uncle Raj and Aunt Jean had to say about it.
Aunt Jean. All right. So that was my job this week. All right. So before we start, did you guys already take a peek?
Did not.
I didn't do any.
no.
I
I
didn't
purposely
know.
stayed away because I want to hear what you had to say.
It wasn't assigned to me, so I didn't do
No,
it.
don't look at it. Yeah, he never takes a
Rarely even does it when he's assigned to
That's
it.
correct.
All right. So you guys can probably already guess what they probably are thinking about.
They
this.
love
They
it.
hated it. Oh, my
They-
bad.
Absolutely loathed it.
They
No,
did?
They did not.
Oh,
No, of
okay.
course.
All right. Roger starts off by saying Michael Mann's writing and directions elevates this material. It is not just an action picture. Above all, the dialogue is complex, enough to allow the characters to say what they're thinking. They are eloquent, insightful, fanciful, poetic when necessary. They're not trapped with cliches.
Very good.
Almost got it till they got to the cliches.
You were there.
I was right
Those
there.
dang French words.
You're going to lose that
That's right.
T-shirt.
I know. Well, I can still hike.
You can still-
I just can't speak.
You just can't.
All right. He also says that Mann creates characters that are smart, verbal, articulate, and one of the pleasures of the film is just simply listening to them talk. So he gave it 3.5 stars.
Oh, I'm surprised it wasn't a 4.
It was not a 4, just
Wow.
a 3.5.
Wow.
I wonder what knocked down that half star. I'll never know,
You'll never know.
but I would have wondered.
You'll never know.
Raja, why's that half a star?
They took it to the grave.
Give me that star. Anyway,
Gene, there wasn't a lot that Gene had come out with. It was just a little snippet on the show. He said that he mainly loved how Mann's technical quality of crime and the technical quality of the crime solving.
no,
He really
yeah.
was all in on that.
Yeah.
And then, of course, Roger came back and goes, well, I don't think it was as truthful as you thought it was.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
But they both ended up saying, we're not criminals. It's okay.
That's all right.
But they both loved the movie, Gene said.
Love.
That's right.
So accurate, like
Love them.
accurate, like when you use an LAPD helicopter to pull someone over
Yes.
and then
Yeah.
invite them to coffee.
Yes.
Sure.
It's a great
Well-
use of resources, right?
Yeah, it was the
Good job.
80s. Or it was the 90s.
He's shot. He's got to get them. Got to get.
He's gotta get 'em.
That's
Yeah.
right. The snapping.
I'm gonna go
Gotta
track
love
him
the
down.
snapping.
He's got a snap. Keeps me quick.
That's
Keeps
right.
me
I
on.
want my num-nums.
Num nums.
Snap, snap.
So, well, yeah, Roger. I'm
Yeah.
shocked. Shocked it wasn't 4 stars.
Yeah.
It's the only thing. But 3.5 is good. I just would like to know what that half a star was off. Was it Ashley Judd?
Maybe. Maybe.
I'm gonna guess it was Tone Loc. That's
No.
what I'm-
Yeah, that was it. Okay.
Tone was on point.
I can't. I can't. He's not selling me on this Porsche chop shop situation.
That's right.
So, all right. Well,
911 slow.
we have Siskel and Ebert's
Yeah.
stamp of approval.
There you go.
So that means we get to start hashing up and see if we give it a stamp of approval.
Mhm.
And I'm going to ask the question that everyone is thinking out in podcast listener land.
Sure they are.
Mm-hmm.
What do you remember about watching this for the first time?
Yeah.
And did you find it awesome, or initially is it awesome, or what was your first opinion of it?
I can say that the first time I remember ever watching it was about 8 months ago.
Oh, wow.
And I did enjoy it.
Nice.
It was very nice. Al Pacino wasn't completely like comical Al Pacino. He's trying to get there, but he
Yeah.
hasn't reached there yet.
Okay.
And I thought it was De Niro right in his sweet spot.
Well, yeah, De Niro's right where he needs to be.
Yeah.
Pacino's going for it, though.
He's a little bit of a caricature,
Yeah.
but I think he gets
Definitely.
much worse afterwards.
Mhm.
Well, yeah, but he's still going for it in this.
Yeah.
But I love it.
Mhm.
So what do you think, Rob?
I owned this. I remember having it. I think I've mentioned before. I had a pretty killer sound system in my room, and this is a movie that you watch with really good sound. It's
Oh,
got
yeah.
great sound. I remember liking the cinematography, the way it was filmed. Had great music. I love this movie. It's
You
one of
know,
my favorites.
I
It's one of the few movies that we've done that I haven't really had to. I could just have it on in the background. I didn't have to concentrate because I
Oh.
knew it.
Look at you.
Yes.
So, I love that.
He likes
when
sound.
he's younger, I love the
I did.
cinematography.
I know.
I did. I did.
Most
He
people
I
was,
really
like
did.
he was in film school.
Yeah, I
I
like the
did.
characters. I like the storyline. All this.
Yeah.
Rob's like, I like the cinematography.
I did. The sound in this
Yeah,
movie
the
is
sound
great.
effects are fantastic. So.
Sounds great on a surround sound.
Well, I saw this in the theater. It was great in
Yeah.
the theater. I think I got the Dolby where they do the thing to be.
Oh yeah.
So remember that? They don't do that anymore,
No.
do they? Yeah, they like did that
It was a
THX thing to like blow your mind.
Yeah.
And then everything in there, the shootout, all of it's just like even the beginning when the truck runs into the other truck,
Yes.
Yeah.
you feel like you're standing next to that
That's
accident.
so good.
It shakes. It's crazy.
Mhm.
So I remember thinking it was awesome before this rewatch. So we'll see how I feel about it at the end of this.
Yeah.
But great. You two mentioned offline before we started today, 3 hours long.
It's,
Well, 251 or
yeah,
something like
I'm
that.
sure it'll be on the back of the box.
Yes. Was that your only? You seem to have a little bit of a when you said that, a little withdrawal. So is that its only negative at this point for you so far?
I will say that I did not watch it for this rewatch until about 10 o'clock last night. I was watching a baseball game, had to wait for it to get over, went into extra innings. And then I finally looked at the length of it, and I was like, oh, I'm going to be up all night, and I got to go to work tomorrow.
Yeah, just for our fans to tune in, you've known about this for weeks.
No, I have not.
And I
beg to differ. I did not get this script 4 or 5 weeks ago.
The schedule has been out for a long time.
I'm a very busy man. I have to come home.
You got to hike.
I have to hike sometimes on the weekend. I got to make dinner and eat.
I understand.
Yes.
These are important things. I want them to know the level of professionalism and preparation that we bring every week to this.
Hey, I actually watched it.
You did.
I went to bed late last night after I watched it, and then I woke up early this morning so I could rewatch it.
Very good. All right. So
That's the dedication I have.
you are dedicated.
We are dedicated.
And that is
No,
how I
I'm
made it through school as well.
That's
I
good.
got something to do. I wake up early and do it the day before.
That's right.
You never, as long as it gets done,
That's
right?
right.
So it got done.
Nobody cares.
So,
Yeah.
but you did do a thorough look over of this, even if you did it in a
Definite
compressed
deep
window.
dive.
Deep dives are good. We like deep dives.
That's right.
Why are you laughing? We
I
do.
don't know.
He's
This
a
is
giggler.
under you two.
He had the
I
giggles
got the
last time
giggles.
I
We
was
had him
here.
last time
you,
too.
You guys make me laugh.
Oh, that sounds weird.
his little funny bone.
Yeah, did
we touched it.
So, all right. So, if you were thinking back, out of 5 stars,
Oh, 5.
what would you have given it the first time you saw it?
Oh, first time I probably would have been at a 4.
Oh, nice.
There's no boobs.
Oh, that is the only thing I feel like it lacked.
I thought it could
think there
have
was
used
some
at least 1 or 2.
opportunities.
No.
Perhaps
the
a
one-
pair would have been better.
And
That
the
was
one,
well done.
the one sex scene that you have is the beginning, and it's kind of gross. Like Pacino's like
It's awkward.
licking her face
Yeah.
weird.
There is
and
a lot-
It's
yeah.
like they
not-
don't know where they want to be.
Yeah.
They keep rolling back and forth.
Here's what I'm going to say: for all the things Pacino does well in a movie, I don't think romantic things are up his alley. Like it looks just awkward.
Yes.
Like, and honestly, when De Niro makes out with old girl, it also little awkward. So, that's weird, right?
Yeah.
Like the chemistry just didn't pop off the screen. or
I
anything.
think that'll come up later.
Okay,
Yeah.
I got you.
Yeah. No, I gave it a
I-
5.
if I
5,
can think
5
of
for me.
If I can think of character ahead of time, I was thinking about this. I think I mentioned it to my wife, the one that I think Rob would not enjoy. And so we'll see if I'm right later, because I think I've got that, because it's it's probably close to the one I don't enjoy. So, all right, well, gambling, robberies, murder for hire, and Padme, all this thrown together in the middle of Los Angeles means we're heading back to 1995 to try and avoid some serious heat.
Descendant of Dublin with Titanic skill. I ducked and I swing, next thing your jaw's broken. Punk, I ain't joking, you can bet you been choking on a fistful of nothing. Meanwhile, I'll be puffing on a fat blunt. What punk, you don't know the half. Trying to talk shit, man, please don't make me laugh. These Irish eyes are smiling, I'm up wildin'. The house of pain is pumping, start jumping. Freak it, funk it, backseat trunk it. If you can't get with it, you end up sweating it. Then you get a beating just like an egg. It's so hard to run when you got a broken leg. But we can never run off, the house of pain will come off. We got the cake that you're trying to get a crumb off. The Irish styling, the Celtic jazz.
I'm gonna hot take here. I think that's better than Jump Around.
I'd never heard
I
it.
do. Really?
Never heard that.
Oh, I did.
Nope, never.
You know, I will say about the song though is I do love it because it reminds me one thing when Connor and I watched it. Connor mentioned whenever Pacino walks, he's just got this swagger when he
Yeah.
walks with his arms,
Yeah,
and
he
his
does.
shoulders, and so when he's walking through that club, he's just like anyway. He
Bon
owns,
voyage,
yeah,
motherfucker.
he owns the whole thing. But I was thinking, this is 1995. He's going to a club at 3, 2 in the morning, whatever it was. House of Pain's playing. I mean, you have an opportunity. I feel like for Tupac. Biggie.
No.
There's a lot of options in 95. And House of Pain, that album came out in like 91 or 92. Like, is the club still spinning that in 95?
Sure.
It gets them on the floor.
I mean,
That's right.
you tell me California Love wouldn't have been popping off right there? That would have been fantastic. And you're in LA. The whole thing's based around LA. And you go with the Boston Irish Band? All right,
Sure.
that's fine.
That's fine.
It's still a good song and still better than Jump Around.
Yeah. I don't know.
That's my hot take, Rob.
I'd have to listen to it a couple times.
All right.
It might grow on me.
Well, what always grows on us is Mr. Dietz over here.
Nope.
Because he comes with us with all the information we need about every movie that we either didn't want
like
to
Mr.
or
Dietz.
often know. So Mr. Dietz, the Hound, is in the house. See if you can get through it this week.
I don't know. There's a lot of names.
One take.
A lot of names. Here
There's
we
a lot
go.
of names.
Heat was released almost 30 years ago on December 15th, 1995, and is an American crime drama film written and directed by the great Michael Mann. The cast of the movie includes many well-known actors and actresses, such as Al Pacino, Robert De Niro, Tom Sizemore, Danny Trejo, Ted Levine, Hank Azaria, John Voight, Val Kilmer, Ashley Judd, Natalie Portman, Amy Brenneman, and Diane Venora, and many others that I will not name because I'm out of breath. The movie was made on a budget of $60 million and brought in over $187 million at the box office. Heat has a Rotten Tomato Critics Tomato Meter score of 84% and an even higher audience popcorn meter score of 94%. Now, Rob, as David checks the mirror again to see if he has a great ass, can you please tell us what this movie is about by doing a little segment we call...
Back of the box, back of the box. Box, back of the box.
When I think about asses. Rob.
You think about
Go
me.
ahead. Go ahead, Rob.
Something comes out of me.
Something just comes out of me. I don't know.
Hey, big giant letters at the top says, awesome, truly epic, a masterpiece, wholly original. And that was Richard Schickel from Time. And the back of the box says, when Al Pacino and Robert De Niro square off, heat sizzles. Written and directed by Michael Mann, quote, with truly epic sweep, conviction, and awesome proficiency, unquote. That was Time. Heat includes dazzling set pieces and a bank heist that USA Today's Mike Clark calls, quote, the greatest action scene of recent times, unquote. Heat offers, quote, the most impressive collection of actors in one movie this year, unquote. Newsweek's David Anson wrote. Val Kilmer, John Voight, Tom Sizemore, and Ashley Judd are among the memorable supporting players in this tale of brilliant LA cop Vincent Hanna, Pacino, following the trail from a deadly armed robbery to a crew headed by master thief Neil McCauley, De Niro. The trouble is, McCauley's expertise is at least equal to Hanna's. ... Heat goes way beyond the expectation of the cops and criminals genre and into the realm of movie masterpiece. Yeah, rated R for violence and language. It doesn't say runtime, but it's 2 hours and 50 minutes.
It is.
Yeah.
Now, Time Magazine and USA Today are no 106 point whatever from Detroit.
From Detroit.
That's right.
But still a very good
The Boston,
review for them.
Was the Boston
I don't remember.
Reporter. Or
The
something
Boston
like that.
Reporter.
Yeah.
So still somewhat of a glowing review,
Yes.
I would say.
It does say soundtrack is available on Warner Brothers Records, CDs, and tapes.
Do you have that soundtrack?
Nope.
You just said how great the sound was.
It was. It
Mr.
was a good
Cinematography
It had a
and
good.
sound
Had a
and-
good a score.
You know, everybody else watches the Oscars on a Sunday for all the big categories. Rob watches that Saturday at the where they have that dinner and they hand out all the technical awards.
That's right.
For
Bob-
sound.
Bob Smith won another sound thing.
That's 12 in a row.
Hey, I would say he said most impressive group of actors this year.
Yeah.
So I don't know when this came out. I forget.
Yeah.
But Apollo
just told you.
13 also came out in 1995. You're talking Hanks, Bacon, Pullman, Sinise.
Yeah,
I don't know. That's going pretty
I
hard
don't know.
too.
You got Pacino and De Niro.
Tom Hanks is pretty good.
You can't put.
Have you seen Kevin Bacon? What about Bill Pullman?
You can't put them in
Gary
the same.
Sinise
You
is
can't
Lieutenant
honestly
Dan.
put them in the same
way-
category as Pacino and De Niro.
Ed Harris is also in that movie, Apollo
Okay,
13.
I'll give you Ed Harris, but
just racking up
you're putting Bacon up there with.
with at least with Sizemore, right?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. You could go Hanks against De Niro. They both have. I think Hanks has more Oscars than De Niro, if I want to be honest.
He probably
or at least
does.
it's even.
Yeah.
And you can have Pullman up against
'Cause
Pacino.
Hanks
I think
is,
that plays.
Hanks is all clean and everybody likes him and he's a nice guy.
Hanks.
Nice guy.
Meanwhile, you got look at me, and
Who
he's
is-
shooting people in the face.
Who is that?
I don't know.
Is that
I don't know.
I don't know.
Yeah.
That's just a random Italian guy you met in New York.
He's got a great ass.
Look at me. Look at
Then
me.
you got Hanks.
That kind of sounds like the
And then
Hank
you got
Azaria
Hanks.
character.
It does.
How'd I get mixed up with this bra?
What was his name? Yeah.
All right. Well, we have a long way to go today because there's a lot of information. So we're
We
going
do.
to
We
jump
have a-
right in to our casting choices.
There was a lot.
There is a lot.
I did find a lot.
We're going to go in order this week so as not to talk over everyone.
Oh, okay.
So we're going to keep this as organized as we can. So I will go first, and then we're going to go clockwise around the table. My first casting situation I saw was Keanu Reeves was actually cast for Val Kilmer's part of Chris. But right before filming, Kilmer became available because he was all done filming Batman. And so they threw Kilmer back in and said, thanks, Keanu. Although I think it would have been interesting with Keanu.
Are we allowed to add on to what you said, or do we have to wait our turn?
Hold
This
on.
is like,
I'm not.
I don't
quite
have
done.
the talking stick.
They also
that-
considered Johnny Depp for
Okay,
Chris.
I did. see
So,
that,
but
yeah.
I think I was just making a point that I think Keanu as Chris also might have been interesting. That's all.
Mhm.
Could you imagine him? You know, he's talking about the robberies. He's like, whoa. Anyway, I think it could have worked a little bit. So, Kurt, what do you got for casting?
All right, my favorite.
Mr. Talking Stick, you can wait.
Oh, I get the stick, damn it.
You have the stick
Why are you talking then?
because everyone's holding the stick.
That's my stick. Get your hand off it.
Leave my stick alone.
All right, the funniest one I found was Nick Nolte and Jeff Bridges were discussed as
saw
possible alternatives to the two leading roles.
I would not have watched that.
That would have been awesome.
Nick Nolte, he does that grumbly.
Oh, God. He's got a great ass.
I just don't see it. It doesn't sell this.
Me too.
So that's Busey.
They all
Not
sound the same.
Nolte. It would have been better with Busey.
It would have been better with
There you go.
Busey.
Than Nolte.
Everything's better. with
Everything
me.
was better than Busey.
All right, Rob.
All right,
I
Rob,
passed-
you're up.
I passed the baton.
Oh,
You
nice.
got the
Thank you.
stick.
Yeah. I got Mel Gibson and Harrison Ford
Yeah,
considered for the lead roles.
Mhm.
Vincent Hanna and Neil McCauley.
very
So,
good.
To add on to your Keanu Reeves, what did my notes say? Oh, he chose to go do Hamlet
He was
Yes,
really,
on
yeah,
pl-
really
on,
good.
Broadway.
on Broadway instead of doing old.
Keanu and Hamlet sounds
That just
interesting.
that just
I'd
sounds like
to
a
see
perfect
that.
match.
I don't know.
I'd like
Yeah.
to see that.
Old Bill Shakespeare.
Old Bill Shakespeare over here. Interesting too about when you're talking about Vincent Hanna, you talked about Harrison Ford, Nick Nolte, Mel Gibson, all considered for the Vincent Hanna character, but they actually had Don Johnson
I saw that.
on like retainer in case Pacino fell out at the last second because Pacino had said he might have a scheduling conflict, but then he just showed up and he was like, "Let's go." So,
Yeah, I
but
saw
Don
that.
Johnson for a minute, Don's like, "I'm going to be in this movie Heat,"
Mhm.
you know, and then at the last second, Pacino comes in. You're like, "Sorry, Don, you can go film Tin Cup." There you go.
There you go.
So perfect for you. Anything else, Rob?
Oh, what?
I thought we were going one at a time. Then
Yeah,
it's your turn
I-
again.
I
you
went-
have the talking stick.
But
You're
I
going
gave it
back
to you.
the
We're
other
going the other way so we can mix it up a little bit.
Oh.
I got Jean-Claude Van Damme
Yeah.
was
Okay.
for Michael Chirito,
That's-
Sizemore's character.
What
So
makes
I thought,
sense?
I don't know. I just
don't see
I
that.
don't know. I don't know.
How would he have thrown in a splits in that?
I don't
Somehow.
Yeah.
The shirt comes off or something. I don't know.
I had Kate Winslet tried out for the role of
saw that.
Lauren
Yeah.
that went to Miss Portland or Portman.
Miss Portland.
Yes, Miss Portland.
Yes.
Miss Portland.
She
I heard
did used
she
to
won,
compete in pageants. I think she made it all the way to Miss Oregon, the Miss Teen USA situation.
Oh, God.
Very good.
Portman.
Portland.
Portland.
James Caan was called for John Voight's character,
Saw that. yeah.
but and James Caan later said that because he passed on it, and they didn't say why he passed, but he said he regretted passing on it. He would have liked to have been in Heat after he saw it. So John Voight's not doing a lot, so Caan could have done what he was doing.
Yeah.
John Voight's character is just kind of there, and he wears a weird mustache. Who has that mustache in 1995? And why is he dressed like a cowboy in the middle of Los Angeles
I
the
know,
whole
that is
time?
true.
It makes
Yeah.
no sense. You'd think he's more of a Bakersfield guy or Fresno. He looks more Fresno Bakersfieldish than L.A. But he's wearing like a fringed country jacket at one point. Like who is John Voight's?
I don't know.
There's all kinds in LA, man.
Who came up with the costume? Costume design didn't win any points on that one. I'm going to tell you right now. No Oscar nod for that.
I like how you just there's all kinds of LA.
There's all kinds of people, man.
There's all kinds in LA. We get lots of weirdos, man. So, what do you got, Kurt? Anything?
I had Ted Levine, who was
Yeah.
Bosco.
Yes.
He was originally supposed to be
Waingro.
Waingro. There we go. I lost it in my notes, but he was supposed to be Waingro, but didn't want to be typecast
I know.
after he was Buffalo Bill.
And he always reminded me of Wayne.
Yeah.
Like that guy that played Wayne Grow, he always reminded me of Ted Levine.
I love Ted Levine. Oh, wait, you see a big fat lead? No.
By the way, I got to be honest. I watched the entire series of Monk. Never put it together that it was the same guy.
Wow. Ted Levine?
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, that's fine.
So, I've got Wayne Grow. Let's see. You got that, Wayne Grow. I got Justine. Off the studio talked about Meryl Streep for this, and Pacino stepped in and said he wanted her to play his wife. Like he spoke, but Mann didn't think she was right for the part. Mann didn't think Meryl Streep was right for a part. Isn't she right for every part? She's got like 37,000 Oscar nominations.
Yeah.
I don't know. I've seen her in a couple things. I'm not sold on that one.
I'm not sure if her acting chops can come up to my.
Let's go get this dead-eyed lady from I don't know where. She was in California, I think. That's the last thing I saw her in with old Brad Pitt. So,
well, speaking of Brad Pitt, I saw he was also up for Chris.
He was up for everything, I think, in the 90s.
He
Like if you're
been,
filming
he
a
would
movie,
have been a good. That would have been a good.
good Chris.
Yeah.
You don't think he was been a little too wacky?
I don't know if he would have been a. Yeah.
Well, if he goes with that Legends of the Fall after,
yes, that's what I mean.
after the brother got killed, he could have sold that.
More subdued, yeah.
So yeah, but you got to look strung out and drunk the whole time because that's all Chris is.
Yeah,
like he's just strung out the whole time. He looks hungover in every scene.
Yeah,
like he's a really good functioning burglar who's hungover pretty much the whole movie. So Michael Madsen offered Michael Cerrito, Tom Sizemore. He also let's see. William Peterson, who was in Mann's 1986 Manhunter movie, which is the original Red Dragon or whatever that is.
Right.
He was offered it, but was busy. William Peterson was busy. All right.
He's
95. What was he doing?
I don't know. Something.
Maybe
he was sitting in his chair.
You ever think back on
had
these?
to eat.
William Peterson gets a call from Michael Mann. I'm making this Heat movie. It's going to have some of these guys in it, like Pacino and De Niro. I'm busy. Oh, okay. All right, thanks.
Thanks.
I got this CSI thing brewing coming here at the end of the 90s, so I'll be good with that. So I think good call, William Peterson. I think you did a good job there, buddy.
He still did okay.
He still did okay.
He was on CSI for 15 years, whatever
he
it was.
did. But he wasn't the best one. Caruso and CSI Miami is the best one. Pulling the sunglasses off every time he gets the temper. Wow. Yeah, that's whoever made that show should go in like
I had Gene Reno
TV Hall of Fame.
Was considered for Chris's character.
Who's Gene Reno?
He was in The Professional. He's the French guy with the glasses.
Oh, yeah. Also in Mission Impossible in 96.
He is, yeah.
I thought, so then it would be Jean Reno, Rob.
Is that what it is?
I took French for 4 years.
Wow.
It probably is Jean Reno.
It's not Gene Reno.
Gene Reno.
I'm sure he's not walking
Jean
around.
Reno.
Yeah, he's walking around Paris.
Jean.
Good afternoon. I'm Gene Reno. No, that's not what he's saying.
Maybe.
Jean. It's Jean.
Jean
Reno.
Jean Reno.
It's got to be right. So.
Well, there's an apology.
Yeah, always. Let's start that apology.
Sorry to the French freak.
Sorry, Gene people. Reno. All I think when you do that is Will Ferrell's Janet Reno's dance party. I'm Janet Reno. It's time to dance. All right. Well, lots of interesting. I'm glad it shaped out the way it is. I got a couple questions, but for the most part, I'm happy with the way it shaped out. So let's jump into our interesting facts. Rob and I mentioned it to the group. This movie was originally made in 1989.
Yeah.
Yes.
Actually, the original thing was supposed to be a TV pilot. They filmed it for the studio. The studio didn't like it as a pilot because they thought it was too violent. And so they basically, to appease Mann, they let him make a TV movie, made for TV movie. It was an hour and a half long. It's called L.A. Takedown. Now, Rob, you and I found L.A. Takedown on YouTube, and we watched it.
I did.
So it's Heat with way worse acting.
Yeah.
But the storyline is pretty much there.
Yeah.
By 95, he's added a few things, man, and I think he's perfected some stuff. But the shootout, the coffee scene, all of it's there.
When I watched it, the thing that kept going through my mind, it felt like it was a practice run for Heat.
Correct.
I mean, like it was intentionally made to be like, because the acting was not good. That it was just everything about it was bad. But it just felt like it was like a practice run
for Heat. Yeah, he got to see what. How can I make it better? He got to see how to make it better.
It was just like a cold run, and they're like, let's just put people in spots and get what's it's going to feel like before we do the real thing.
But what I did find interesting about the movie is, in Heat, the 1995 movie, when Justine cheats on Al Pacino, it's with Ralph.
Ralph and his
Ralph
is
is
Waingro.
in LA Takedown.
Yeah.
And in LA Takedown, Waingro doesn't die. Waingro actually kills what would be the Neil character. And then they just arrest Waingro. And that's what happens. So they changed that part. But a lot of the other parts. And the other thing I found interesting was in the movie Heat, Waingro kills that security guard. And the security guard's just standing there. But in LA Takedown, he is laughing in his face and like
it's a
walking
weird,
towards him.
It's
And
a weird
so-
grin on his face,
Yeah,
and
and
it is weird.
So that one, it feels like he did provoke Waingro a little bit. But then in Heat, so all I'm guessing for Heat is they just want to sell you on the fact that Waingro's just crazy and just wants to kill people. Whereas in the other one. So, all right. But
about that pilot, I saw that was shot in 19 days with 10 days of pre-production.
Yeah.
So it was put together really quick.
It looks like it was put together really quick. And it definitely looks like a made-for-TV movie.
So 29 days.
However,
total.
Also in that movie, Michael Rooker of Mallrats, Mr. Svenning.
He was Bosco.
And he was also, he was Bosco.
He was Bosco.
And also there's a Baldwin in there. Did they get Alec?
No.
Billy?
I don't remember which one it was.
Steven?
No.
No, we got Daniel. All
I
right.
didn't even know there was
We
a
got
Daniel.
Daniel Baldwin. I think he's the oldest. Or
Is
this
that a
second?
Timu?
That's a Daniel Baldwin, right? Like
Timu Baldwin?
That's one of those where you called the compound and you're like, we just need a Baldwin down here. And they looked around. They're like, Daniel, head down to the studio for this LA Takedown thing. Sure thing, Alec. You hear him in casting. I don't know if you heard, Michael Mann. We got Daniel Baldwin.
We got a Baldwin.
We got
Which
a Baldwin.
one?
Which one? Daniel.
Oh. All right.
All right. You got some interesting facts for us there, Kurt?
I got they filmed in 95 locations in 107 days.
Yeah, they were all over the place.
That was all over the place.
I do have a question. I saw they said that everything was shot on location. They didn't use any sets or anything like that.
No sound stages.
But I will say there's one everything that checks, except one thing. Connor and I noticed it. When Edie and Robert De Niro are talking on the balcony.
Yes, that is the green screen.
When they do the rear shot, that looks like you'd be looking out on Los Angeles. But every time they do the side shots, it looks insane. Like it looks like a green screen.
Yeah, that's the only time they did a green screen on the whole movie.
I wonder why they did that.
They did it because from the balcony, Mann said that he couldn't get like the right lighting or the right angles. And so he filmed that separately and then ran it at like twice or three times the speed in the background to try to get the right background that he wanted. And it just kind of looks green screenish.
Do you know who's smiling ear to ear? Rob? Because you're talking cinematography. And he's just so excited. Technical
really
jargon for movies. It just gets him.
He was probably gritting his teeth because I took it from him.
Oh, I know. That's
and that house was there's a TV show on it's called Bosch.
Oh, yes.
It's on, and that's Bosch's house.
Well, you know what that house really reminded me of is in Lethal Weapon 2.
Yeah.
That's like that house that Mel Gibson climbs down from and no problems.
Yeah.
Going down a hill. Well, Rob and Kurt, let's talk about Al Pacino for a second. So he's going 1,000 miles an hour in this movie, which I love. I love the commitment to this.
There's a reason for it.
Character. And so there is a reason for it. And he actually explained it on a panel like 10 years later or something. So Rob, why don't you tell us the reason why Pacino's going 1,000 miles an hour in this movie?
If it's what I think it is, originally he was supposed to have a Coke. He's got a Coke habit.
Correct. So he is. And he said he admitted that. And then at the last minute, Michael Mann took it out of the script because he thought it took away from the movie. So he didn't want it in the movie. Right. But Pacino's like, I'm still going to behave as if I'm doing coke all day, because he said, how else would I be able to stay up all these endless hours? Because he's going, I'm going to clubs at 2 a.m. I'm doing this and that. And so he was giving the interview on stage. He's kind of old and grumbly now, but he's just like, how would I get out to Venice at 2 a.m. and over to Justine? And anyway, he was supposed to be on cocaine. So that's the way he played it the whole time. And after you know that, then you're like, yeah, that makes sense. Right? So now that you know that, imagine filming with Don Simpson and Jerry Bruckheimer and all those guys when they were just loaded. Can you imagine filming Top Gun and Days of Thunder and all those? Like, okay, action, go. Cut!
God, Prince, cut!
Got it in one take. So, all right. Pacino said he did a bunch of ride-alongs with real cops. And De Niro went to Folsom Prison and met with some actual burglars to make sure that it was. And actually, I think Val Kilmer did too.
And so did Sizemore.
And Sizemore. I think Sizemore was in Folsom. They just pulled him out for the movie, right?
Well, no, okay. So there is kind of this weird through line in this movie of actors or people that had something to do with the movie that were really imprisoned. So the guy that played Waingro,
yes, he was.
He was imprisoned, and actually, it says he was in prison for 2 years in 2003. He was universally addressed by fellow inmates and prison guards as Waingro.
Yep. He's Waingro.
His character from the movie. But then you had Danny Trejo was in it, and he's a known. He was in jail.
I believe he was in Folsom as well.
Then I saw something about Val Kilmer was so experienced with heavy weaponry and ammunition, having earlier been taught to use all varieties of guns by his father and grandfather, that he assisted the technical assault team members in teaching the other cast members how to comfortably maneuver and use their weapons during. So there's
you left out. He also learned how to handle guns at Juilliard.
Correct.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Because that's where you learned.
That's where I learned. Was at Juilliard.
I was at Juilliard. I said, "Where's the M16?
How do I replace this magazine?"
Between ballet and Shakespeare, we did M16 reloading.
That's right.
And I had read up here earlier when we were talking about Ashley Judd, while researching her role, Ashley Judd met several former prostitutes who had become housewives. So
I saw that she met current prostitutes also.
Right.
She went down to the street and like, hey, can I talk to you for a minute? Because she was supposed to be a former prostitute.
So there was this like
it's very method.
Right.
Yes.
Right. And they all I think that added to the realism of the movie.
Do you think Justine went into the California Hollywood Hills and just followed around a bunch of coked up housewives?
Sure she did. Yeah. Why not?
Sure.
Hey, can I see how you behave all day? Oh, okay, that's fine. So, what I like too about the and we talk about it now, the shootout scene when you talk about Val Kilmer, they actually use that as training for military and FBI on the proper reloading of a weapon during a shootout, and even the way De Niro and Kilmer are using their weapons on the side of a tree, on the back of cars and everything. They said it's a perfect way to operate during a firefight, and they actually use that. And that's how real. But Michael Mann wanted it realistic, and even down to the sounds, they had to actually those are just the actual sounds of all the blanks and everything going off. In a lot of these movies, they say they always add.
Yeah, nothing was.
And
dubbed.
he didn't add anything.
Nope.
The sounds you hear are the actual guns, the gun muzzles going off.
And each time they did that scene, it was over 1,000 rounds.
Yeah,
that they
he
were
said
fighting.
it took 3 or 4 weekends to get it right because they had to do it on a Saturday.
They could only film on Saturdays.
On Saturdays, but they literally filmed on they blocked off part of a street and just let's just run around and shoot weapons. And
people in LA were like, "It's just LA, man."
It's LA.
Specifically about that, it says Val Kilmer was thrilled to learn that the moment in the gun battle scene where he runs out of bullets and rapidly changes his magazine is regularly shown to Marine recruits as an example of how to perform the action properly.
That's pretty awesome.
That's cool.
You go to Paris Island, they're like, we're going to teach you to be Marines. Let's watch Val Kilmer.
Yeah.
Let's watch Val Kilmer.
Fire up heat.
Let's watch Batman.
So I did see, I like this. So Pacino's character's look, like the way his suits are and the way he looks, they based it on Pat Riley, LA Lakers coach. They said they wanted him to look just like Pat Riley, but with a little bit of an edge.
And I had read on the flip side, Neil's character, they made him, he wore all gray.
Yeah, he wanted to be as bland as possible.
Because he wanted to blend in.
He's a blender.
And he never drove the same car. He was always in a different car, which speaks to he was always, trying to stay ahead and staying hidden and staying away from people.
I do have an issue with how much he talks about his rules for everything and then constantly breaks every single rule that he tells everyone. But that's fine.
That's true.
So, why are you so interested in what I read and what I do, lady? So, the original ending had Pacino and De Niro kill each other at the same time, but Mann changed it. He said, it occurred to me that Neil had to die with the only other guy on the planet who understood him totally.
And to add to that, is that Al Pacino revealed in Argentina when he performed an evening with Al Pacino at the that when they had to rehearse the last scene, Robert De Niro told him, no words.
No words.
No words.
Yeah.
No words.
He still thinks that was the right call.
Just
so
hand
I was
holding.
like, no words. Just
hand holding. They do a hand cupping scenario.
Just hold my hand. Yeah.
Pacino was sad. He walked home. Justine, I had to kill my mentor today.
my alternate.
I had to do it.
I had to do it. I took him down.
That's right. Gotta stay fresh.
I don't know why he didn't fire first.
So, Tom Sizemore did change a line in the movie, and it might come up later when we talk about some others. But in the LA Takedown, if you caught it, Rob, in that, when they're talking about doing the score for the bank, whether or not they're going to do it, that character playing Chirito says, I'm in, the action is half the juice. That's the line in LA Takedown. Well, Tom Sizemore didn't like it. So when they filmed it, he said the action is the juice. And honestly, if you go on Reddit boards and you look around, that is one of the lines that actually sticks out the most from the movie. Like, people use it all the time. Like, so for me, the action is the juice.
What does he say in Heat? He calls him slick.
Yes.
But in
the other one, it was
something else.
It was something else.
And it's missing my brain right now.
You didn't write it down?
Nope.
Oh my gosh!
But I remember they said it over and over in the movie, and I thought, oh, they're using.
He changed it.
It wasn't slick. It
LA
was
Takedown, they changed it to slick. So, and in LA Takedown, because it's only an hour and a half.
Oh,
and
should have watched that one. Damn it!
With commercials, it's 2 hours, right? But of course, there's no commercials. But in that one, there's no Natalie Portman storyline. And really, there's no Ashley Judd storyline as far as with Hank Azaria and all the other stuff. It's just the meat and potatoes of robberies. And then,
so if Heat would have just taken those two things out,
yes,
I could have got more sleep last night.
You'd have been fine. You know what else would have got you more sleep last night? Not waiting till the day before to watch the movie.
But then I never would have done any notes.
Neil McCauley would be upset. He's like, you got to watch it early. That's the discipline.
I did watch it early. As I said, I watched it 8 months ago.
So you already had your notes.
Yeah, I did not.
So. All right, you got any other interesting facts?
Did we already talk about how Wangro was based on a real Chicago criminal?
Oh, we didn't talk about that.
Oh, I thought. Oh, you talked about the actual actor went to. Yeah. Well, Neil McCauley was also based on an actual criminal.
I liked how the real Chicago criminal Wangro was who ratted out some influential Chicago criminals. According to Michael Mann, that Wangro went missing and was later found in northern Mexico, where he was nailed to the wall of a shed.
That's cool. I like it. Maybe they should have nailed this Wangro to
they nailed him to the
shed.
couch.
They did. So, did not like Wangro. So,
you didn't like him?
Not a fan.
Not a fan.
Not a fan.
Your favorite character, Rob?
Yeah,
Rob's watching the movie. He's like, you know who I'm rooting for?
Wangro.
I hope he gets away. Seems like a good egg.
Seems like a good, personable guy.
He just wants free refills from the Mexican restaurant.
That's right. And the guy wants another refill.
Yeah. And then when the guy takes the cup, he leaves.
He runs away.
Didn't get his refill.
Another thing I saw was that this is one of Christopher Nolan's favorite films. And it inspired his vision for Gotham City and the Dark Knight trilogy. And if you can see it. You can totally. There's a scene right as they're getting ready to rob the metal place
depository.
Yes, and they have to back out. There's an overhead scene, and it looks very much like
you were waiting for Batman to cruise in.
It was so good, so good.
Coming on
Get Christian Bale in there. Yeah. Why are you trying to rob this place?
That's correct. Yes. Oh, I love it.
Tell me where they are. That's not a bad Bale, actually.
That's pretty good.
Right,
pretty good.
I
think that's pretty much exactly how he sounds in the whole movie.
You were born
what I love, not to sidetrack, but what I love about the Batman trilogy is
I was
every
raised
movie.
By it.
Yeah, I was born in the dark.
Oh, good God.
Get Bane.
You are merely red.
That's on that Meet the Millers when he goes, "These are not the drugs you're looking for." Bane. That's a good one. No, but I like the three the three trilogy that Christian Bale gets a little less audible in each one.
Yeah.
Like a little growlier as he goes on. Like, where are they? And then it's just interesting. So
anyway.
All right. Well, do you have any other interesting facts about Heat? Since somehow we found ourselves
most of them. Yes.
Christian
Okay,
Bale.
I will say this. I did not realize. I mean, this is the first film for these two to be in.
Ever. Yeah.
I mean, they had been in The Godfather Part II, but
different
yeah.
timelines.
And I was like, they were in other movies, right? Nope.
You started thinking?
First one.
Yeah. You were trying to decide what movies had they been in. Rob's doing the thing.
No.
Three Amigos?
No.
That's not it. Spies Like Us? No. Lethal Weapon? No, that wasn't them.
Howard the Duck?
Howard the Duck?
Nope.
Hot Shots Part 2?
I think De Niro was in the duck suit, though.
Yeah, at one point.
Uncredited. He just thought it would be fun.
That's right.
He was challenging his...
I want to...
I need something to challenge my skills.
Hey, do I get to lay with Leah Thompson? Okay, I'll be...
When do I get to be the duck?
He goes all meta. He spent like 4 weeks with ducks out at a pond. I got to become a duck.
Oh, goodness.
Well, you think all you eat is bread?
Yes.
Sometimes
I
we
do
eat
good
other
for your
things.
bread.
I eat plankton.
Hey, thanks.
It's good.
So,
Okay,
all
but
right.
steak.
Well, if we've got no more interesting facts, which it sounds like it doesn't, because we're talking about Robert De Niro in a Howard the Duck suit.
That's right.
Let's jump into our categories because we actually have more categories this week than normal. Oh, he came back.
Recall movie category.
That's because I sang it last time. He didn't want me to do it
He didn't
again.
want you to. Yeah. And for those listening at home, that's Rob.
That
It
is
was
Rob.
not me.
So that's him
No, it was
singing
not.
that song.
That
was- No.
He can do weird things with his voice.
wasn't
He can
me.
found. So,
That wasn't
all right. Well, we are on category 1 because we like to start at the beginning.
That's right.
And this is our favorite quote of the movie.
Uh-huh.
And there are quite a few, I think. So I'm interested to see where everyone goes with this. Since he has such a distressed look on his face, we're going to start with Kurt and
All right.
see what his favorite quote is.
Okay, I already started laughing just because of what we were just discussing with Howard the Duck. Because it goes into my favorite line.
You're looking to rid yourself of your competition.
I'm a good citizen.
I'm Donald Duck. So you got something to tell me or what?
Check this out, cuz.
Oh, nice. Yeah.
So I actually did that today when a kid came up to me in class and goes, "I'm hungry." I looked at him and I go, "I'm Donald Duck."
I'm Donald Duck.
And then he
I'm
looked at
Donald
me
Duck.
weird, turned around and went back to his seat.
Kind of like
So it worked.
Tone Loc looked weird too.
That's
Yeah.
right. So I just thought I liked it because it was odd
Yeah.
and I could use it.
I like in that scene too when he looks at him and goes, Albert, what's wrong with you? Rob, what's your favorite quote?
Oh gosh, I don't know. There's too many.
Yeah, good.
And I think almost all of our quotes are going to be. Well, I'm going to go with. I think it's the classic one.
Guy told me one time, don't let yourself get attached to anything you are not willing to walk out on in 30 seconds flat if you feel the heat around a corner.
I just think that's great writing.
I knew that was going to
And,
be yours.
I like it.
I
yeah.
also went with a Neil quote because we're going to talk about Pacino a little later. So I was trying not to give him all. I love Pacino in this. So. But I've got Neil, and it's when they're doing the coffee shop scene.
Oh, yeah.
And he says,
I am never going back. Then don't take down scores. I do what I do best. I take scores. You do what you do best, trying to stop guys like me.
So I like that one too. That was good. One other that I wrote down was I'm alone, not lonely.
Oh, that's
That's
a really
pretty,
good one.
That was a pretty good one. You got any other
Like-
backups you have?
I got one. Vincent, or he goes, Who?
Ooh, I'm a fucking owl.
What are you,
Yeah,
a fucking
what a
owl?
fucking owl.
That is pretty good. He's got some random nonchalant ones that you like because
You get,
the
you get
other
hurt
ones-
walking your doggy.
Yeah, the other ones they take up all the air, but there's a couple in there that you're like, oh, those are good too. So
Yeah, I'm talking to an empty telephone.
Oh,
I don't
that's a good
understand.
one.
Oh, that's
Because there's a
good.
dead man on the other side of the fucking line.
Yep, that's a great one. I got drop of a hat. These guys will rock and roll.
I was gonna say
I like that.
I had just written snaps.
Snaps.
Yeah.
That's
Oh,
all
yeah.
I wrote was snaps.
Yeah.
So, you got a couple any others, Rob? You said there were too many. Give us
wait,
one or two more.
I liked the dialogue. It was mentioned in the trailer where she has some really great dialogue where she talks about you
Oh yeah,
you hunt your prey and you're after the scent and stuff. It's just really good writing. I actually
She
thought
has-
the dialogue in this,
But
was
nobody
pretty good.
talks like that.
yeah.
I know
So
it was.
That's the only thing I
super
could think
over
of.
the top.
Yeah.
Every time I saw that, I was like, nobody talks like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But she has great writing. But we'll talk about it later. I don't know that she delivers it as well as it could have been delivered. But Meryl Streep wasn't good enough. I don't think you're right for this, Meryl. Sorry.
Sorry,
I
Meryl.
don't think you're right. I've been impressed with some of your work.
Neil McCauley, when he's talking to after they get caught in their first firefight or whatever, and
Oh, yeah.
Edie goes, was that you? And he goes, he knew the risk. He didn't have to be there. It rains, you get wet.
There you go.
I like that.
Hey, we're factual about this stuff. So, well, Rob, guess what? We have, and Kurt, exciting for you too.
Ooh.
We have an executive producer this week.
Oh,
That's one of our longtime loyal listeners, William W.
yeah, he's on.
He reached out and let me know that this is like he's a big Heat fan. This
Yeah.
is like one of his movies. So I let him chime in this week because of all his support he's given us. And his favorite quote was by Pacino, and it says,
Look, this has nothing to do with me. I didn't know. I'm terribly sorry.
What are you sorry about? Sit down.
Don't you even get angry?
I'm angry. Yeah. I'm very angry, Ralph. You know, you can ball my wife if she wants you to.
You could lounge around here on her sofa in her ex-husband's dead tech, postmodernistic bullshit house if you want to. But you do not get to watch my fucking television set.
So that was his favorite quote. We've got some more quote stuff later, but there's a lot to banish.
There is a lot, yes.
So that'll take us to category 2. Our favorite scene. Rob, why don't you lead us off with this?
You mentioned already. I think for me, my favorite scene is the Al Pacino, Robert De Niro.
I would have said
in the coffee shop.
If
that
you
was mine as well.
Oh,
Was it?
nice.
It was.
Both of you.
So you never wanted a regular type life, right?
The fuck is that? Barbecues and ball games?
Yeah.
This regular type life, that your life?
My life? No, my life. No, my life's a disaster zone. I got a stepdaughter so fucked up because her real father's this large type asshole. I got a wife. We're passing each other on the downslope of a marriage, my third. Because I spend all my time chasing guys like you around the block. That's my life.
For Rob particularly, I said if I could bet anything in Vegas about what he'd pick, it would be that it was the diner scene.
I just think the dialogue between
the minds,
and then just
my life's a disaster.
Yeah, right. I mean, and just cinematically, the fact that it's the first time those two have shared.
Yeah.
And for them to sit, and then I read it said in an interview with Al Pacino on a DVD special edition. Basically, they did not rehearse those scenes.
Nope.
It was all just kind of ad-libbed and
De Niro
done.
wanted the tension as high as it could be, so they didn't. Yeah, first time they did it was when they sat
and
there.
then when I watched it again, knowing that, I was like, oh, so good,
so good.
Yeah, the
You
two
got
of them
anything
together.
else?
No, it's so good.
So good.
Yeah.
It's so
All
good.
right. Well, I went the. I love that scene, but I'm going with the shootout. I mean, come on.
That would have been number 2.
I mean,
bullets.
It's epic. They walk out, and it's just insanity going on. I mean, Ted Levine does get shot. So poor Bosco, but and our executive producer, I let him pick his favorite scene, shootout as well. He says one of the best action scenes he's ever seen in a movie.
I agree with
So there you go. That's William W. again chiming in. So it gets us to category. Any other scenes you think stuck out?
No, mine.
We've got the diner and the
I
shootout.
just kept going that. Yeah.
The opening robbery is really good.
I also liked the diner scene right after the armored car robbery when he slams Waingro's head down, throws him against the window.
The other scene that I really like, I told my wife last night watching it, was again going back to when they try to rob the metal place, and the guy, the nincompoop cop, leans up against the
Makes the
noise,
Yeah.
and there's this scene where
the stare down.
Yes. So good.
So
Where he's looking at him in the screen and he's looking from the dark, and you can tell they're looking at each other. They're not, but they are. It's
I do like the initial diner scene because Waingro's so clueless. He's like, "You guys want some pie?"
Yeah, I know.
He's just chowing
no
pie.
idea that he's
And by
gonna
the way, who's
die.
taking a scoop of pie when you're in the middle of chowing that thing in your face? You want some pie? Have some of this Torito. So, all right. Well, that gets us to category 3. Better replacement actor: Robert Loggia or Mark Wahlberg. Kurt, start us. Could they go anywhere into this movie?
I went with Wahlberg as Waingro.
Oh, wow.
What?
Yeah. Interesting.
Yeah.
He feels too young for that, but yeah, okay.
No, I want him in there.
All right.
I want Mark Wahlberg now in there because he's 50 years old now.
Yeah. Hey, we took some serious scores together.
Right.
I could put
He
some
came
wood
after
on.
me. I thought he was coming after my brother Tawny.
Yeah, he made
I had
a
to put
move.
him down.
I had to get it on, man. He made a move.
That's right.
Donnie said when you make a move, you got to get it on.
That's right.
See, that feels to me like that would be a better role for the smarmy guy in the club.
So I didn't even go that far. I've got Wahlberg in as Hank Azaria's character.
Oh, that would have been a good
why'd
one
I
too.
get tied up with this lady? She's terrible.
She's terrible.
Yeah.
I should have passed her off to my brother Donnie.
Donnie wouldn't have taken none of this crap. I always get the worst ones. So she's got a kid. It's not mine.
No.
Anyway,
She's got a kid. It's
I
not-
do.
No.
I did put Loggia in as just for fun. I put
Just for
Loggia
fun?
in as Vincent Hanna. He'd been a little older, but he could have delivered some of those lines.
Oh,
too.
yeah.
You got killed walking your doggy. You know, I mean, so,
He could have.
Yeah.
the great. I think he could have sold the great ass. I mean, Pacino's doing what Pacino does. But
Mhm.
what do you got, Rob?
I'm going to read my notes word for word.
Okay.
Neither Robert Loggia nor Mark Wahlberg belong in this film.
So let me get it this way. You don't think Loggia or Wahlberg could do anything Sizemore or any of them are doing?
No.
Trejo?
No.
Trejo's not doing anything.
No.
My Anna is dead. I think Wahlberg could have sold that.
No, they don't belong in this movie.
All right. They don't belong in the movie.
I think that's an offensive category
All right.
on this one.
All right. I will give you that this week. But in the future, you have to come up with an answer.
No,
That's the way
I don't
this
have to
works.
do anything.
So, all right. Category 4, plot holes or questions about the movie. Rob, start us off.
Okay, the only one, and I had to go online because I had a hard time finding. I thought it was a pretty tight movie, but was at the end when Chris's character or Val Kilmer's character gets away, and that whole. I just think
Didn't have a picture of him.
That's what I mean. I think that part really.
I know he had a fake
glad,
ID, but
I'm glad he got away, and I'm
ponytail off.
I'm rooting for him, but I'm like. Really, they didn't have a picture of him, and the fact that his car was registered to somebody else, and I guess
by the way, that
that's a
look
thing.
he has, he's giving off that vibes of that movie where he's blind. You know, I'm talking about that romantic
At
comedy.
First Sight.
At First Sight, that's what it was. Same look on his face, all of it.
Yeah, so I'm like, he makes eye contact with her.
I just
like they didn't have somebody scoping him out, going
that, and two, just when the cops, I feel like they just had a photo.
Yeah,
like this is you.
Yeah,
we see you.
So that was a part that I was like, he wouldn't have got away. But anyway,
what do you got?
I had a question. I wanted to know who set up Waingro as part of the team.
Yeah, that was always my question.
Just because I was like, they had to be pissed at somebody for saying, "Hey, I know this guy."
Because that goes back to what you said earlier
about Neil.
For as tight as he was and as good as he was, he made a lot of mistakes.
He got
brought some guys on really quick.
Really quick. He brings Waingro on. No screening. It seems.
Well, and he gets into a relationship really quick.
Really quick.
I mean, so he makes a lot of mistakes.
And even though he knew the guy from prison, he just grabs. Like, this is a really big deal. We're just going to grab this guy, and 5 minutes later, he's going to be driving. Yeah. I mean,
because even when he was running away from Hannah, there was multiple times I was really still like, hide in the bushes, dude.
Yeah, I know.
Quit running.
I'm just going to go out on the thing and say, like, Hannah's not keeping up with him. He's got a coke habit. He's at least smoking 2 packs a day.
Can I say though, they're both excellent runners. I put them. They were up with Tom Cruise.
No.
Yeah,
they're not with Tom
Al
Cruise.
Pacino. He can sprint.
But he's not
De
catching
Niro, long distance.
Yeah,
because he had the upright form.
He did have.
If De Niro was smart, you just loop back around him. Hannah doesn't know what's going on. He's out in the bushes. I would have just gone back the other way.
And you go out in the grass and you lay down in the grass until he walks by, and then you run the other way.
Had,
We've all done hide and seek.
He had quite of a head start. I don't even know how Pacino knew what direction he went in.
Yeah,
because he stopped to get a shotgun and everything else, and
he
I don't know.
Smell him.
No.
Well, here's my question for the
We
thing.
play hide and seek for hours in the summer, and you disappear.
Well, yeah,
and then the sun would go down.
I'm just sitting on the couch watching TV.
We never found David. We go to his house,
here.
and he's at his house. He's been at his house for hours. We've been looking for him.
But no, there were times I would hide. You would never find me, and like after half an hour, I'm like, okay, they're not going to find me, so I just go inside.
No, we're still looking for you.
No, they never looked for you.
Yeah,
they were inside their house eating.
They were having big gulps.
Rob was having dinner number 1 before he came to your house for dinner number 2.
So I got a good one. It's not a question; it's just an observation. So when Chris first goes over to Neil's empty house, can Neil buy a couch? I'm not sure what's going on here, but anyway, so Chris is over there. Chris says the Super Bowl cleaned me out.
Mm-hmm.
The Super Bowl in '95 was Chargers 49ers. That 49ers won like 50-20.
Yeah,
he was betting Chargers.
It was the Stan Humphrey led Chargers against the Hall of Fame Steve Young led 40. You're telling me Chris laid his fortune on. I got a feeling that Stan Humphries is going to come through for me this week.
Yep.
Which goes
so
to
it
show
turns
you
out to be that he's just a bad gambler.
Yes.
He is a bad gambler.
Like, what was the line that he was like, I'm feeling those Chargers against the all-time Niners?
Can't turn
here.
that down.
Let me see. Jerry Rice, Steve Young. I got to go with Stan Humphries on this one. So
he's rooting for the underdog.
I think Stan Humphries. I think Natrone Means was running around in the backfield. So
I used to have him
that's
on
the
my
team
fantasy
right
team.
there. So I had a couple others. You could dig into a few other questions. Why does Edie like Neil in any capacity? Like, what even draws
I
him
said she got over finding out her boyfriend's a thief and a murderer pretty quick.
Really fast. Yeah. And just even the first interaction when he says, lady, why do you care what I read or what I do?
Yeah.
That's a red flag. Okay, I don't need to talk to that guy. Like, that's it. So,
but then he apologized.
kind of.
I know.
Oh, sorry, I didn't notice you. I didn't recognize
Sorry, I was
you.
being rude.
Yeah,
I didn't recognize.
I just don't. That whole storyline, I just don't
Yeah,
understand why
no.
she even. And then, of course, my question of why does Neil not follow any of his own rules?
No.
He goes back to kill
absolutely.
Wayne Grow. He goes back to kill Van Zandt. He picks up a driver at the last second. You know, to be perfectly honest, if you listen to his thing about walking away in 30 seconds, when Chris gets hit and goes down, instead of going back and picking him up, he could have gotten in the car and just been gone. And instead he doesn't. He goes and gets Chris again. So he has all these great rules and he talks about all this discipline. He literally has no discipline. Like all these things he sets up, they're not.
Well, and
you know,
even at
not
the
very
end
good.
when he goes to get Wayne Grow, just keep driving, dude. Like,
And if you're running this crew, you guys are a crew of thieves. Do we really all go to a high profile restaurant all together with our families and have dinner
Right.
where anyone can see us all together at the same time? I don't know. It seems like good criminals wouldn't do that. Like we don't meet in the same spot very often.
Yeah.
So
no, it's good.
you know what they're looking at? You know what they're looking at?
LAPD.
LAPD, the police. So, all right. We're going to go to category 5, worst character or / actor category. I'm going to start this one off. I have Diane Venora as Justine. I just don't think she's doing a great job. I think you could have got a better actress for this, Meryl Streep. But
He's really stuck on Meryl
she
Streep.
just doesn't deliver her line. Like she's so deadpan, and maybe that's what they're going for.
Yeah.
But I don't know. She just doesn't seem like very. Even, and you're right. She got great dialogue. I just don't feel like she delivers it. So I'm gonna go with Justine on this one. So
I actually went with Edie.
Yeah, she was
she's
close.
She's got
I
a
knew that.
weird.
I went with Edie
she's got
too.
the weird Appalachian accent.
That's funny.
At the beginning, but then it's nowhere around
from
later on.
Appalachia.
Yeah, I put Edie, the accent.
Well, you were
That's all I have. My two notes.
We're Scotch Irish. We were in the Appalachia.
Yeah, but I had
Edie.
to like rewind and go, wait, now she's not speaking with the accent anymore.
Yeah.
So she just dropped it after
and her
the first.
running up the hill and
Yeah.
she's just the whole thing.
Yeah, Edie's
is an unhealthy. She's
not great.
She's needy and he's
She's a
needy
needy
and
Edie.
She's lonely.
Yeah,
Oh, needy Edie. I like
That's
that.
right.
Sounds like a garbage pail kid. So
it's an unhealthy relationship.
I did have a runner-up.
Yeah.
Padme, Natalie Portman. She is just.
It's only her second role. She was young.
Just
She
over
was-
the top with that. The Barrett, if he's gonna be here, I'm gonna be late. And I'm just like,
She's
what
she's
is
got
going on?
anxiety.
She's got something.
I just had a problem with that whole
storyline.
The whole storyline.
I don't even know
was
why it's in there.
Yeah,
I just thought it was
that's true.
unnecessary.
Why is it there? I think it's just to show that Pacino Hanna has some sort of like empathetic bone in his body. I think that's all that's for, is to go, he is a little bit human. It's not just the criminals all the time. I think that's the only reason in there, because otherwise, what is that storyline for? It makes no sense.
Yeah, I think it was just I think it's what I liked about the movie is where they're telling two stories of two very different people.
Yeah,
but they're very similar because they show them out to eat, and then they show the cops out to eat.
I know,
and they show his life and they show his life, and
But
so
then-
I think the need to show
dance
that
is good.
Yes, the dance was good.
I think for those people that can see, I was using my hands.
You were very good,
yeah.
actually.
And so I think the kid just adds.
Well,
you
I
know.
don't.
But at the same time, the same question that you ask about that would be the whole Wayne Grow murdering.
Yeah, what was that?
I don't
for?
understand what the point of that was for.
Yeah, there was no point.
You didn't need that.
I think again, that's just to establish you hate Wayne Grow. He's a psychopath. Like that's all that's supposed to be. So it warrants when he kills him later. You're like, yeah, I hated that. He needed to be shot. So when he breaks his rules, you're like, well, at least he broke it for a serial killer, moron, all this. But like the suicide thing at the end, there's no reason for that.
Yeah.
And then my favorite part of that is he goes to the hospital. He's hugging Justine. He goes, I'm not going anywhere. Pager goes off. Immediately leaves.
Yeah. I gotta go.
I gotta go. I thought you weren't going anywhere. I gotta go. All right. So, all right. That takes us to category 6. Most 1990s object / movie prop from the movie. I'm going to go with Pacino's pager.
Oh,
So,
I have pager.
All right. My backup was Pacino's 19-inch television.
That was mine.
Because you can't even find a 19-inch.
I think I had almost that exact same TV in my room when I
did
was
too.
in the 90s. So
Yeah. I didn't throw it out of my car, but
I don't know what
had
happened
that
to
one.
mine.
Yeah, you can't watch my motherfucking TV. Poor Ralph.
Poor Ralph.
He didn't
No,
know anybody.
sit down.
Ralph was just there, man.
I will say payphone's pretty prominent.
I
in
had
this movie.
payphone also.
I put payphone and pager. Those are
I
my
had
only
the
two
big.
things.
I had the big giant flip phone for the car phone.
Yeah, that was pretty good. I did like Old Boy in the Wheelchair. Talking about schematics that they're just in the air. You just have to know how to grab them.
I just grab them.
This is like a guy who's like the first guy on the internet or something.
Yeah.
They're just out there. It's 95. He
That's
knows how to
true.
get on and just find stuff. So anyway, So category 7. Oh, this is our newest category. Second time on the show. And see if you can come up with any profound things from this movie. A yearbook quote. Who would use a yearbook quote from Heat? So Rob, let's start with you.
I put well, for me, the action is the juice.
Oh, nice.
I had the same
Hey, look at you guys. The action is the juice.
That's the only one I put on here, too.
That's great.
I have a couple backups.
So mine, when Neil was talking to Edie, he says, I know life is short. Whatever time you get is luck. So that would be my yearbook quote.
I put my other one was told you I'm never going back.
Oh, yeah. So. That's good. Actually, for high school, that would fit
I'm
really
never
well.
going back.
You would hope so, right? So, all right. A category we added this week just for this movie. Category 8. What is your most unhinged, craziest, funniest Pacino quote? What is your favorite one from the movie? Kurt, get us going with this.
I got to go with the great one we've said multiple times.
Why'd I get mixed up with that bitch?
Because she got a great ass. And you got your head all the way up it. Jesus. When I think of asses, woman's ass, something comes out of me.
It's so good. When I think about asses.
And I liked it because
his eyeballs are bulging
Hank
out of his head.
Azaria says that it was an outburst that scared him because it was an improvised line.
He said he was truly scared.
Well, and in that scene, what does he say? He says something back. He goes like,
I didn't hear.
He goes, Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
Like he's looking up at him like, what?
Well, if you look behind him, Bubba and Buffalo Bill are also like, what the heck is going on here?
Good God, man.
It was great, though. Your head all the way up it. So, all right, Rob, I dare to ask, what do you got?
Oh, mine is when they're in the club and he's talking to Richard and he goes, I'd get killed for telling you shit. And he goes,
You understand what I'm saying? I'd get killed for telling you this shit.
Killed walking your doggy.
Killed walking your doggy.
So that was
I love that part.
So
I
that
laugh
was-
every time.
So that was Connor's favorite quote as well. What I liked, what Connor said as we were watching it, he's just like, he's a lot extra in this movie. So
my wife pointed out for Judd is when they were in the hotel room when Neil had come in. To tell her to get out, and she's like, "I'm sick of it. I'm sick of it." My wife goes, "Talk about over the top."
Yeah.
That wasn't.
She didn't make our worst acting category. I was surprised nobody mentioned her because she's not hitting home runs here.
She was up there for me.
Husband and wife stuff.
Yeah.
So she's a little deadpan in this. Maybe they could have used the Winona there, Rob. We talked about Winona last week.
That's
Winona.
That was so
Husband
funny.
and wife stuff.
I was like, "Was it Ashley Judd?" And you're like, "Well, it wasn't Winona."
Wasn't Winona. Hey, Chris, you gonna go rob some banks?
So stupid.
Mama wants to know if you can pick up some milk on the way back. So, all right, I've got, and it's not even his most crazy outburst. I just love the scene, and actually, I like that he's so annoyed and irritated. So he just came back from when they go see the burglary for the first time, at the beginning with the bearer bonds, and he's got the people are dead, and so he comes in and she's like, "I made food and you were late," and she goes, "Every time I try to do a regular rotation, you don't show up or something." And he just goes,
I got 3 dead bodies on a sidewalk off Venice Boulevard, Justine. I'm sorry if the goddamn chicken got overcooked.
I got 3 dead bodies on a sidewalk on Venice Boulevard, Justine. I'm sorry if the goddamn chicken
got
is
overcooked.
My favorite part is he looks at the chicken to remember what he's even talking about. He goes, the goddamn chicken.
Well, and what I like about that
overcooked.
part is he realizes, I think, as he's saying it, he's just like,
that's enough.
He's
I'm
just
done with it. I'm done.
He's screwed up because he goes, "Is overcooked." I said it. And then she goes up the stairs.
I just love the way he delivers. I got 3 dead bodies,
Justine.
and the way he says Justine is so good, Justine. So, all right.
And then when they're in the restaurant after he comes back, and somehow we will cathartically,
What are we going to do, Christine? I'm going to tell you I went to a meth head's house today, and
We'll put a baby in a microwave because it kept crying.
Maybe that'll help us work
cathartically.
Or when he goes to visit at the thing, the chop shop, and he's the gimme
What
all
do we
you
got? Give me all you got! Give me all you got! Vincent, give me all you got! I swear, man, my brother Richard's gonna talk to you. Man. I heard Richard. He gonna talk to you. Richard? Richard? He gonna meet you, man, I swear, tonight. He's not here, is he? No, he gonna meet you tonight. Tonight? What happened to right now?
And then there's a couple others in there too.
Well, you had that same one where he goes, "Oh, is he here?
Is he here?
Is he here? He's under the table."
He goes, "What happened to now?" And then when he walks out, don't waste my motherfucking time.
Yeah, so good.
So you can kind of go on.
Yeah.
Yes, you could.
He's just going 1,000 miles an hour. So, all right, category 9, Harry Temple should have stayed in Aspen moment.
Oh boy, there's a sound.
There's a moment here in the movie.
Aspen it is.
When a character knows or realizes their demise or something really bad may occur. I went with your two's favorite deadpan actor, Edie, when she sees Neil walk away from the car after killing Wayne Grow. Just the look on her face, like she either has to go to the bathroom or she's just upset. I'm not sure exactly what it is, but I think she realizes at that moment, he didn't really like me after all. So
it's like, oh, he can really run away from me in 30 seconds.
So what was your Aspen moment?
I went with Val Kilmer's face when Charlene gave him the old signal to run.
Yeah, that was good.
Oh, yeah.
That's pretty good.
Like,
wow, not impressed over there. Oh, yeah.
Well,
that's good. Yeah,
it's,
that was
it's
good.
hard to impress Rob.
Sorry, Rob.
It wasn't the cinematic masterpiece he was hoping for that I would deliver.
No, I
Sorry, it didn't reach a cinematography.
Sorry, it wasn't your num-num, sir.
I like my number.
Sorry, Raj.
Raj.
What do we got? What do we got?
What do I got? Bon voyage. Mine was when
doesn't even remember.
I was looking at my notes here.
Yeah.
When Roger Van Zant gets off the phone after
yeah.
Neil says, "Because there's a dead man on the other end of this fucking line," and the look he gives Rollins Rollins is like, "Oh boy."
Well,
this is.
You could also go Van Zant.
This is gonna get bad.
You could also go Van Zant when he throws the chair through his window.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, he
says
he knows that's happening.
He says, "Where's Wayne Grow? How should I know?
I know. Pop, pop, pop.
Done.
So, all right. We have a 10th category this week.
10.
First time we've gone 10. So this is we get to make a final judgment here.
Ooh.
Better actor in the movie for you, Pacino or De Niro?
Okay, so you just changed how it said. You said better actor.
Better in the movie. Okay.
Better in
All
or
right.
actor.
Better in the movie. Better actor in the movie.
Because I have,
however you want to do it.
I could go either way
Okay.
depending on how you want to say it.
What's your answer?
All right. Better actor, De Niro.
Nice.
Funner to watch, Pacino.
Oh, there you go.
Oh.
I gotcha. Yeah.
I'm gonna rob this thing.
Of course you
Yeah,
are.
rob
It was Edie, wasn't it?
If you pick someone besides De Niro, Pacino, you're not going to finish the podcast.
Yeah, it was Val
No,
Kilmer.
I'm not picking.
It's Val
I
Kilmer.
can't pick.
It's Tom Sizemore.
I won't pick. I refuse to. I think
He
there's.
refuses
I
to.
refuse to. I think that both of them play.
This is the hill you want to die on.
This is
Okay.
yes. I'm not picking either one. I think Pacino and De
I
Niro.
refuse to play. You're still a game, sir.
Yes, I refuse.
Sorry, Rob. We made this so difficult for you.
No, it's not difficult. It's actually very easy. I'm not picking either one. They both
Yeah.
play a really good part.
They do.
I can't.
You know,
pick
if I
one.
knew these were the answers I could give, I would not have done notes.
There you go. You don't have
I
to
would have
do
just
notes.
said, I have no answer for that
No.
one.
No.
I say they both are good.
I say good day, sir.
And I think it's because the way the film is done and the way they parallel the two characters.
Yes.
I really
agree.
liked how
It's
they
good.
did it. That the good versus evil, but you see that both of them have their issues, and I just
agree.
think it's a really good movie. It's one of my faves.
It is. And I agree that they're
I
both
can't
great.
pick one. I agree
But-
with you though. I think Pacino is funner to watch.
Yes.
I
Yeah.
agree.
I put Pacino. It's Pacino all day.
Yeah.
Like the fact that, again, he's just.
The way he chews gum
starts
and
the movie
everything.
out 100 miles an hour. What do we got? And he just go the whole time. He never stops. That one scene with the Justine, he's a little more reserved, or like at the hospital, he's a little more reserved. But even when he's having that scene with him, my life's a disaster. Blah 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 blah. And I don't know. I just love it. He takes up the whole screen every time he's on it. De Niro's good. But De Niro's just kind of being De Niro. He's not it's not, it's fine. But he's just more deadpan. That's what he's supposed to be. So he's good. But Pacino, I think if Pacino's out of this movie, I don't like Heat as much. And I can tell you that because I watched LA Takedown, and without Pacino, it's just not as good.
No,
So-
it wasn't good. It wasn't
So
good.
if you'd have had Nick Nolte or one of those guys in here, Jiminy Christmas.
That'd been great.
No, Nick Nolte's just all the time I talk like this. So yeah. So for me, it's definitely going to be Al Pacino. I think he steals the day in this one. Everyone else is there to support him. But don't sleep on Tom Sizemore there, Rob.
I know.
Yeah?
I like that.
The action is the juice.
Is the juice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did he have any other lines in the movie?
Yeah,
He lost me when he uses a child as a human shield.
Yeah, I know.
That kind of
Yeah.
took it away. And he has his own children. He had them at dinner. So he's a true criminal at that point.
And I
So.
read somewhere that he had a whole nother storyline, like
okay.
that was on the cutting room floor, where it showed that he was actually like a good family man. And
By the way, from the LAPD's perspective of doing things the right way, is emptying 1 million shells in downtown LA is that, or would they say, hey, let's let them go. We know who they are. We'll just get them later, and not put 1 million bystanders in jeopardy. And is Pacino making a good decision
When he shoots?
shooting
Yes.
an inch from a kid's head?
I know.
I mean, I know
he's
he
an
got
excellent
him.
shot.
Right.
I know he got him, but that feels like that Top Gun thing where it's like, well, you were successful here, but I think we've proven it's not the way to do it,
Or
right?
we have to remember he's coked up.
He gets
so-
in no trouble for anything.
no.
He's just using helicopters.
He's a hero.
He goes, hey,
He's
get me
a
a
hero.
car. Get me a car to the airport. And then he just pulls over and, so I have tactical command and you will stand out. Also, I do think, could you have made an argument that he gets in trouble? He lets them go the day before the robbery and says, what are we going to take them, or a couple days before the robbery and says, what are we going to take them on, a B&E? They'll do 6 months and they'll be out. Well, if they do take them on that B&E, guess what doesn't happen? That downtown shootout where a whole bunch of people died. So if I'm internal affairs, I would come back and go, hey, Vincent, just wondering, why did we not take them on the B&E and prevent this robbery situation from
Where
happening?
multiple people are
Yeah.
shot and killed. Yeah.
Because I had tactical command, and you will stand down. You will let them walk.
Yes.
You have to say walk exactly like that. Anytime you say, they will walk, and you will watch them go away.
That's right.
So that's it. All right. Well, that means we're down to our final judgment. I think I know which way the wind's blowing on this one, but we'll start with you. Is it as good as you remember? Is it still up there in the pantheon of great action 90s films? Kurt, let us know what you think.
Well, it is as good as I remember from the 8 months ago when I watched it for the very
Beautiful.
first time.
Okay.
But the second and third time through, I got more and more of it. So yes, I do think it'll be more of a rotational movie now.
Nice. If you were stuck in a room and you said
Stuck
you're
in a
going to watch one movie, Face Off or Heat?
Oh,
Come on, Kurt.
that's
Oh my!
easy.
It's
Make a decision.
so hard.
It's not a hard choice.
I know. Face Off.
Oh,
You know what? I kind of have to agree with you. So, all right, Rob, give us your.
Actually, no, it'd be Heat.
final
Oh,
judgment.
this is one of my favorite movies.
Oh,
So
nice.
I think it's top 3.
Top
Easy.
3.
Yeah.
Where does it rank in top 3?
Tombstone.
Tombstone's 1.
I don't know. I'm
okay.
looking at it because it's over your shoulder.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, Back to the
Yeah,
Future.
I don't know.
Back to the Future and Die Hard.
Seinfeld.
I need more time,
Clyde
but
Drexler.
it's got to be top 3. I love this movie. Not Die Hard.
Not Die Hard.
No,
You're out of your
yeah,
mind.
No,
So,
no,
Spaceballs.
Okay.
love this movie.
Love it. Yeah.
It's a classic.
Yeah, I think so too.
And I think it. I was telling you guys that we were having a little texting there, and there's a movie that just came out. It's called Den of Thieves. Gerard
Yeah.
Butler. Total
Rip-off?
Rip-off. They try to. It's even
Rip
got.
off or reimagining?
I know
It's not so much heat as just warm.
Well, it's that's good. I like that.
The scene where 50 Cent pulls a kid into the garage, and they're all
I
a
don't
bunch
remember.
of buff dudes because he's taking her to the prom.
I don't think
Like,
so.
we're not saying
No.
we're gonna kill you, but we could.
No, but
We
just the
could.
idea of having it, they have the same idea where they've got the kind of the grungy cop and the
Is 50
the-
Cent in Den of Thieves?
I don't. I think
I
you're just
don't.
making things up.
No, I've seen it.
No, I think there is either a rapper or something. Yeah, I know Ice Cube's kid's in it.
Yeah, 2018 film. He's
Yeah.
right there.
Yeah.
And here's the scene. I'm looking at a picture
Yeah.
of the kid in his cummerbund.
Yeah.
It's cummerbund.
And it's the whole garage threatening him.
Yeah.
Because they're all lifting weights in the garage.
Yeah.
And they walk in with him. And then when they leave, they all laugh. And they're like, oh, we got him.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Yeah. But it's the same idea. Same, and they have a great shootout.
I'm pretty
scene
sure
in it.
that kid thought prison time was going down in the garage. We're going to make a man out of you.
Oh, jeez.
So,
Ew.
I see
And a
that.
real, in a real uncomfortable place.
I see that, like the back
That's
of a Volkswagen. I see that O'Shea Jackson Jr. is also in there.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
Little,
Ice
Lil
Cube's-
Cube. They call him
yeah,
Lil Cube.
Little Cube.
Yeah, Lil
Call
Cube.
him Lil Cube.
I think they do, actually.
Yeah.
So, all right. Yep. So I think Final Judgment is still a banger, still an awesome movie.
Absolutely.
And we should get together sometime and we should watch it all as a group, and then we can do dueling Pacinos. Rob.
Come on, Rob.
I want you to spend
walk your doggy.
I want you to spend an entire evening. You pick tonight, Saturday night, and talk to your wife only in Vincent Hanna Pacino deliveries. Bring me another Rolling Rock.
What's for dinner?
Yeah. This lasagna
is overcooked.
Is overcooked.
And I'm going to refer to her as Justine.
Okay,
I'm going to call her
so
that.
she knows. Yeah. So we'll just have her. She'll look
for the rest of the night. Your name is Justine.
Justine.
Yes.
Like some role playing thing we're doing. What are we doing here?
It is.
Anyway.
Don't question.
We're doing some role play.
Wear this black wig thing. I want this.
No.
You're gonna have to hire Ralph in all this. You're gonna relive the whole thing, right?
Justine.
Postmodern Justine. So.
Postmodern bullshit.
House. All right, fans. If you dug today's episode, don't be shy. Hit us up on Facebook, X, Instagram. Drop us a comment. Let us know what your favorite moment of Heat was, or your favorite quote. If it's Pacino or De Niro, we'd like to hear. Or any 80s and 90s nostalgia you want us to dive into next. We're always open to suggestion. You'll find all the links in our show notes, or you can just Google 80s, 90s recall. We'll pop up everywhere because for us, this podcast is the juice, Rob.
The juice. I love it.
No squeezing the juice.
Don't squeeze the juice.
I like it, a juice. Drink your juice. We could do a whole juice podcast.
Billy, drink your juice.
We haven't even gotten into the OJ situation here.
Ooh.
We'll take a stab at that in another episode, right, Rob?
So. Okay.
He's totally right.
I don't know.
That was a transition for you.
Yeah, you threw me off. Dave, Kurt, and myself want you to know that the Total 80s and 90s Recall podcast is the perfect complement to your listening experience and the perfect antidote to modern life. The Total 80s and 90s Recall team also wants you to know that the risk of making it this far, we know that the risk that you took to get this far in this episode. We know you didn't have to be here. After all, when it rains, you get wet. So check us out at Totally 80s 90s Recall at podme.com. We know you're listening now and you're thinking we're sitting here like a couple of regular fellas. You do what you do. We do what we got to do. And now we've been face to face. If we're there and we got to put you away, we don't like it. But on behalf of the Totally 80s 90s Recall team, I'm here to tell you if it's between you and some poor bastard whose wife's going to turn into a widow, brother, you're going down. If you'd like to discuss this further over a cup of coffee, shoot us an email at 80s90srecall@gmail.com. Let the Totally 80s 90s Recall team help you appreciate the present by indulging in a healthy dose of the good old days.
Real quick, before we let the hound chime in here, I don't know if the best plan to build our audience is
to threaten
them. But that's fine. We can be that podcast.
That's how Rob does it.
That's right, yeah. You're going down.
You will go down.
You will go down.
A lot of going down.
Without hesitation.
Down.
Without hesitation.
Down.
There was some hesitation.
And I'm going to take the juice.
Take the juice.
So what do you got?
Taking the juice
Taking
and
the
you
juice.
go down?
That's right.
That sounds bad.
You turned it into something bad.
No, you said it.
Just let it be what it was. How about you do your part of the closing?
Well, now you got me laughing again. I can't read. All right, listen up, folks. It's all about precision and impact. If this show's been hitting its mark, I need you to step up. Drop a 5-star rating and leave a review wherever you listen. Think of it as
No, he's on repeat. Damn it. Stop hitting skip.
Somebody hit the CD player.
Stop. Yeah. Skipping. It said anti-skip on the outside of it.
It never worked. All right. Think of it as doing your part of being the crew. Make sure we keep running smooth and sharp. No half measures. Thanks for having our back.
Oh, that was brilliant.
Yes.
Brilliant.
Once
Brilliant.
again,
Brilliant.
Thank you. Thank you.
So like Max,
Thank you.
He's Max Headroom
Thank
over
you.
here. All right, Rob. Give us your closing thoughts.
I don't know.
And now, closing thoughts.
Did we learn anything this time?
Okay, we did learn. Apparently, there's a lot to say about juice.
Juice?
Yeah.
So we have a lot to talk about.
Yeah, there's more there than you think there is.
That's right.
Today's vocabulary is cathartic.
Oh, nice.
I had to look it up. It's providing psychological relief through the open expression of strong emotions, causing catharsis.
Beautiful.
Yeah, there you go. Some apologies. I apologize to Jean Reno.
Jean Reno.
Yes. Apparently it's Jean Reno.
Most likely.
Yeah. And I also apologize for any impressions today. There's too many to list.
Oh.
Artists you should listen to, go watch Heat or LA Takedown. You can find it on YouTube.
Good.
And your challenges this week is to insert either a Pacino or your best De Niro, or the term slick into your daily interactions with your coworkers. You
don't want to encourage people to do their best Amy Brenneman impression of Edie in this movie.
Yeah, I don't
do their best Appalachian.
Yeah,
what is their best Appalachian?
It's like a Southern, but then it
Irish
goes away and then it comes back. And
I went for graphic design. Parsons.
Yes.
That's a good school, Parsons.
Yeah. Anyway, there you go. So
I'm surprised you people to listen to. We talked about House of Pain. Tupac popped up.
Oh yeah, you could do that.
I mean, those are encouraging at some point.
Yeah,
you said the sound was so good. I figured you would.
It's got a great score. That's true.
Great score.
Yeah, go listen to the score.
Who did the score?
His name
that
was,
one guy,
John Wilson.
It was not.
Wilson.
Don't go that far.
John Wilson.
I don't think it was a Williams or a Zimmer. Google that. Who did the score?
All right.
I'm interested now. Do just a little research. If you're going to plant your flag on the score being so good, then you should have had that info ready.
Let's see. This is a good old Wikipedia.
Oh yeah,
looks like
he's good. He makes good music.
Stephen Price, I believe. It
very
looks
good.
Like. Yeah, Heat soundtrack.
Is he known for anything else?
The score is compiled mostly with Elliot Goldenthal's composition.
Very good.
Though there are a variety of other artists featured, including U2, Brian Eno.
I saw Elliot Goldenthal at the Hollywood Bowl one time. He was pretty good. So, all right.
Did not. What are you talking about?
It's just one of those times I was down in LA. So, Pacino versus De Niro, epic showdown back in 1995, giving us one of the great action films of the decade. Unfortunately, that does bring us to the end of this week's episode as we shot back 30 years to rewatch Heat. As always, Rob and I want to thank the Movie Hound for providing us with his cinematic expertise this week.
And my reading.
He's never shy to tell us... He's never shy to tell us he'll walk away from this podcast in 30 seconds flat. Just leave us.
He will.
He'll just leave us dreaming about New Zealand. That's what he'll do.
He really will walk away.
He will.
Just one day he's going to be like, screw you guys. I'm not coming.
I've noticed I'm working a lot that's coming up. So
you're going to have it's a big summer.
It's
everyone.
It is going to be a hound summer.
Yeah, everyone who.
I like how excited David is for you.
It's a big summer.
It's going to be really.
It's going to be a really good time.
Everyone who messages the show and is always like, "You guys are great." When the Hound joins you, you're going to get a lot of Hound. All right, it's coming up, particularly in
people
July.
have asked for you.
Yeah,
you should feel good about that.
Mark your calendars.
People want you.
No.
Yeah, they do want you.
You got groupies.
Yeah,
there's women out there.
You know why? Because he's good.
He's good.
Because I got a great ass. I don't.
He's good. He's shot. He's on the
I've
edge.
never looked at your ass.
So
because there's not much there.
There's not there.
Okay. I'm a typical white man.
I'm gonna look at it next time when we walk out of here.
All right,
I'll give it a look.
I'll give it a shimmy for you.
Yeah, give it a squeeze. All right, finally, big shout out to you.
Juice.
Yeah, see if there's any juice. Finally, a big shout out to you, our awesome listeners. Whether you're tuning in for the first time or you're a longtime subscriber, we can't thank you enough for hanging out with us this week. We hope you gave you a fun hour or so. It's even affected me.
Yep.
Fun hour or so of laughs and memories. And don't forget, the action is the juice. And you can catch all new episodes, Totally 80s and 90s Recall, every Tuesday.
Every Tuesday. What are we doing next?
Next Tuesday? Is that what you said?
That's what I said.
Oh, okay.
You said every Tuesday. What was it?
Well, that comes out every Tuesday. We're not doing it next Tuesday.
Well, no, he said Tuesday after you said Tuesday, and then he said, what are we doing
Too many
next?
Tuesdays. All right. Our next episode, when it appears, we're going to talk about on a Tuesday. We're going to talk about.
That's what I said.
I found a personal burn CD that I had made.
Yes.
And then I actually made a copy for Kurtz and Aubrey.
Yeah.
Who's been on our show before.
Yes.
I had made a copy. They still have a copy. I think one of them.
It's still floating around.
It was in a CD book.
Yeah.
And I have listened to it.
And we did something similar.
We did
earlier.
We did it with
same idea.
Urban Contemporary.
Also a burn CD that you made.
Burn CD that I made.
You're very proud of these.
It was big, man. It was big in the late 90s with my burn CD.
Loved his Napster.
So anyway, I did love my Napster. We're going to talk about it next week, but we're going to go track for track to see what the heck I was thinking with this CD. It's titled Summer Grooves, which is already a stupid title. But for some
so
reason,
was Urban Contemporary.
They were.
Yeah.
So naming the things was not my specialty. Making them, I was better. I should have sourced some crowd information on. Is this a good name? is not a good name because I don't know. I don't know what else it would have been besides Summer Grooves. I mean,
Does
it
it
says
actually
everything.
have like the sticker with like the palm trees on the
It
front?
does. And
Yeah.
we will be putting that up with the episode so everyone will get a good look at that lone beach it's on.
Yeah.
It's got the waves crashing down. There might be a turtle. I'm not sure. I have to remember. But it gives off the vibe. It does everything it needs to do.
That's right.
I think it would have been a hit back in the day if I'd have distributed it. So
Okay. Yeah.
that's it. Summer Grooves.
That
You have
sounds
no
good.
idea what's on it, so
I don't.
you're going to be
I really
surprised.
don't. I
And we're going to have a good time. So
We always do.
do you have anything else?
I ain't got nothing else.
Kurt, anything else?
I've got so much more.
Oh,
but
okay.
I'll save it for later.
We appreciate that because
Okay.
you got a lot of work coming up, so you need to
That's
save.
right.
some
I got to
of it.
save my material.
Save
your
the
energy.
material.
It's
All
very
right.
limited.
Well, what do we say here normally, Kurt? I'm going to give you the.
I don't know.
the-
Rob,
we asked,
fancy goodbye. You already did that.
No fancy goodbyes.
absolutely
All right, peace out.
outstanding. No fancy goodbye. It's very dramatic.
Yes.
You were good.
You were good.
I love
You all were fantastic.
It would have been perfect if when he cups his hand. I love you, Neil.
You will not die alone. I am holding you.
Never going back. Never going back.
He died right there in my arms.
Justine.
No, it would have been he died in my arms, Justine. You shot him 3 times. I know.
I know.